Yeah, hello everybody on my channel. So today we are talking about health insurance. We are on the way to Maluva to the office of this insurance agent. This is the insurance agent. We are working already about 5 years together and very successful. I never have had a complaint during these 5 years, and this says something about the quality of this company, because here in Colombia to find a good insurance broker is really, really difficult. It took me 3 years to find Maluva, and all my clients are very happy. And today we make an interview. I ask them all important questions that I got from my clients regarding health insurance.
Roger,
Yeah.
buenos
Hi,
días.
Federico.
Muy bienvenido a Maluva Seguros. Adelante.
Probably I can introduce Federico. He's the owner of Maluva Insurance, and he's an expert in all about insurance. And today we are talking about health insurance, and we will make other videos about other insurance. Let's see what he can tell us today.
Thank you.
I'm happy to be here. This is Andrea, this is Federico, and Andrea is the wife of Federico, and she will make the interview today with me for health insurance. Andrea, could you introduce yourself, please?
Okay, hello. Welcome to Maluva. We are a family company that has been working in the insurance market for 30 years now. And we are focusing different type of insurance. And this time we're going to talk about health insurance.
First question is, could you briefly explain how the health insurance system works in Colombia?
So here in Colombia, we have a solidary system, health system, which works like based on the people income. So those who has a higher income gives a higher percentage for the healthcare system.
This is the public healthcare system. It's called EPS, right?
Yeah, this is the EPS, and we also have a subsidized system called CISBEN, which is only for Colombians that doesn't have an employment, so they are subsidized by the government.
Asking for our expats.
No, that is only for Colombians. But in the EPS system, there is a way for foreign people to get in as well.
Mhm. Okay, and there is also a private system.
Yeah, so we have both. That is the public one, the EPS that we just said, and the other one is the private health care insurance. That would be something more used by the private companies, which give you the access to specialists, healthcare providers, hospitals, and higher quality medical attention.
Okay, very interesting. Yeah, Andrea, I think that's very important for many expats. So when you are retired, then you can get an EPS. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. You can get the EPS. In that case, you have to use the income you have for your pension as the income you have as an independent.
Okay, and that means, yeah, the minimum, the $50 we have heard, this is when you have an absolutely minimum. The minimum salary in Colombia is 1.4 million at the moment. And but when you have more income, like more pension, you also will pay more EPS health insurance. Yeah, that would be like 12.5% of the income you have, the one you're going to pay for the EPS service. Okay, perfect. Yeah, because this is very important. We had already rejected visas where retirees just showed the minimum salary for the EPS, and migration is asking for the health insurance, and when they see that you stated another amount than your income is, they will reject your visa. We had this case, probably there are, yeah, someone in the audience, it was different, but in general, this risk you run if you do not state the right income in your EPS. Okay, then Andrea, can you tell me a little bit? I have heard that 65 years or 60 years is something like a problem when you are older to get an insurance. This is not for EPS, but probably for other health insurances.
Yeah, that's right. For EPS, you don't have age limitation, so you can apply it in any age. But for the private health system, you have a limitation. If you want to get a health insurance for the private one, you would need to have 59 or 62 maximum to get in the insurance plan.
What is this with the 59 and what is this with the 62?
Okay, the 59 are some types of health insurance, the ones that covers more specialties and have higher amounts of insurance value. And the other ones are health plans that work with your EPS and give you the advantage of getting some specific ones and some health attention, but they are more limited.
Can you explain us? So when you have first the EPS, then you have additionally to the EPS private health insurance, or are there also where you don't need an EPS and you just have directly a private health insurance?
Here in Colombia, it's mandatory to have an EPS if you want to get a health insurance or a private health insurance.
Okay.
So any type of insurance you want to have in the health system would be based on your EPS first. So first step, have EPS.
Okay.
Second step, you can choose the health programs that are offered by the private health providers. And there are different types of programs, like some of those who work with your EPS, that is complementary programs, and the other ones that doesn't have anything to do with your EPS, which are health insurance. But to get those, you always need to have the EPS.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the short break. If you like this video and probably you want to see more interesting topics, then just follow my channel. That means just click below the bell. It's absolutely free of charge. And then you will not miss any of my upcoming videos. And also have a look in the playlist. There is probably something for you as well. Okay, now we continue. And do you have also global health insurance? Let's say someone is traveling a lot. Can you get something like an EPS works also abroad, or does EPS only works in Colombia?
EPS is only for Colombia, so you only have attention in all the country, but here inside Colombia. All those programs to get you coverage abroad would be through a health insurance policy. Right.
This is an additional health insurance, and you can get this only for 2 months. Let's say you travel 2 months to Europe, visiting your family, or to the United States. You made an additional health insurance for this time when you are abroad.
Yeah, those are different programs, and this type of trip insurance programs or insurance coverage. And you can ask for this for a specific amount of time, like 1 month, 2 months, specific countries where you're traveling.
Okay.
And in that case, you just pay for those amount of time.
Okay.
There are also the health insurance, the private system here that you can get will give you coverage abroad. So if you have, for example, my health policy would give me coverage inside Colombia and also when I travel. This travel coverage would be for 60 days, 90 days, depending on the plan and the insurance company. But in that case, if you're going to be here for a long time and then you're going to be traveling around the world, those global insurance policies would be like the best option.
Okay. I have heard an insurance, it's called SURA Global. Can you explain this model?
Okay. So SURA Global is like the best health insurance that SURA could give you for health.
Can you short explain what is SURA?
Okay, SURA, it's a very important Colombian company. Would have different type of insurance policies. So
private insurance policy.
Only private at the moment, and it has like health, cars, house, give you insurance in all the different types that a person would need or a company would need as well.
Okay.
So this specific plan that you mentioned, like SURA Global, is like the top in the health insurance.
And what does they cover? What they cover, more or less?
This would cover all type of specialists, would cover you hospitals, and when you need any medical attention, emergencies. It has a very, very big directory of all the doctors and the healthcare providers here in Colombia. And it also gives you coverage abroad. So if you have SURA Global, you would be you would have the coverage when you travel to any country in the world for a specific amount of time. You have to tell SURA, I'm leaving for 1 month, 2 months, and they will give you the coverage where you're going. It also have medical exams. They have the highest quality technology here in Colombia for blood tests, RX, echographies, and all that type of medical exams.
Oh, okay, perfect. And what would be the cost of such a SURA Global? I guess it depends also on the age, but such, let's say, an average for 40 years or something like that. What would you pay monthly?
Okay, it would depend on the age and on the coverage that you select, because this type of insurance you can select, okay, I want medical attention, I also want dentist, I also want a specific coverage that would increase the cost. But for a regular global insurance, you would pay around $550 or $200 a month if you are 4 years old.
40 years old. Between 200 and 500, around that.
Around that.
Depends on what you select.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And how does it work with the hospitals? Is this also coverage accident, or if you have accident, is this also covered in the SURA Global? If you have accidents, or is this a separate insurance?
No, it covers all the type of accidents you have.
Yeah.
And all the disease. So it's like medical and accident policy.
Yeah.
It also have medical attention in your house. So you can call for them to come to your house and give you the attention for an emergency, for example.
Okay, good. Yes, this that they come to your house, there is also a specific insurance you can make. For example, that the dentist comes with all the equipment to your house. How is this called?
Okay, so in SURA Global, you also can get this coverage.
Yeah.
But if you only want the medical attention or the dentist attention in your house, there would be a specific medical plan that you can call Salud para Dos, EMI.
I think it was called EMI. I think I have EMI. And here something very funny. I did not know that in Switzerland that a dentist comes to your home. So once I had really terrible pain, and I was telling my wife, yeah, could you please make me an appointment with the dentist? And she said, no, go home. The dentist will come. And I was telling her, yeah, but I need a dentist that repairs my teeth. I said, yeah, go home. He will come. And then there will come in a car, a big car, a van, and with all the equipment, even with X-ray and everything, and they attended everything in my home, in my apartment. They carried all up in the third floor, even the chair, the light, everything. This was really special, and I had Emmy. Emmy is it called? And how much does Emmy cost per month?
It would cost around $20 a month, and it would give you that emergency attention at home. It would be like medical attention, dentist attention. This type of coverage are going to be in your global policy as well. So if you have SURA Global, you don't need EMI. But if you don't have that type of policy, you can get EMI, which is cheaper and easier to get because it doesn't have age restrictions.
Okay, perfect. So that means when you have a global insurance policy, then you don't need that. But if you have EPS, you can also select that you have this part of service that they come to your home for just $15-20 per month additionally, which is very cheap. And I really was happy that I don't have to go with my pain somewhere in the city to a dentist and wait there for hours. They just came to me home and really, really quick. So this was great. The only problem what I have had with EMI was, this is, I think, regional. EMI, when you are in Medellin, you have EMI, but then I was in Santa Marta and EMI did not work. They have another service. So therefore, I think, be careful where you make your policy. If you live in Medellin and you need the attention in Medellin, you make an EMI. If you live somewhere else, is it called different? But the services exist, I think, in all Colombia, but it's called different or probably not. You know better.
Yeah, it would work in all Colombia, but in the primary cities. So if you live, for example, in a small town, you probably won't get like the people who come to your house because it's far away from the cities. But if you are here in Medellin, Bogota, Barranquilla, Cartagena, Cali, you would have EMI, and there are others that work similar to those that you can reach depending on the city you are. So you can give you like the accessory to let you know which one would be the best one.
Exactly. Okay. So be careful where you live that you can get this service. See, Andrea, we have seen now Sura as a private insurance, but I have heard there is also EPS Sura. Is this the same or is this something different?
It's the same company, which have different type of services. So Sura as a company has an EPS Sura, which works as the all other EPS based on the public system.
But it is not the public system EPS, it's the Sura EPS.
Yeah, it's Sura EPS public system.
And then you don't need the other EPS.
Yeah, if you have EPS Sura, you don't need another EPS because you already have that which is the base.
Mm-hmm.
And Sura also has the private insurance company, which would give you health or, as we said before, cars and house and everything.
Exactly. But now, what is better, the EPS, the public EPS or the EPS Sura? Where is the difference?
It's like a brand. So Sura, it's a very important brand here in Colombia, and the EPS Sura would maybe give you better attention because they have a longer or a bigger health system and providers.
Mm-hmm.
But if you only have EPS Sura, it would work as any other EPS here because they have a government direct, which let them do only what the government says.
And how is this with the price? Is this the same price as the public EPS or the Sura EPS? Or is this price completely?
They are the same because the EPS,
same price.
Yeah, the EPS you pay to the government. You don't pay to Sura or to Sanitas or to the other EPS here in Colombia. You pay to the government.
Yeah.
And you said the government, I want Sura EPS, so they give you the attention through Sura EPS, but you don't pay to Sura. So it's a part of Sura that works with the government.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
What would you recommend, to do the normal EPS or do the Sura EPS?
Any of those would give you the same attention. So the EPS are basic, and I would say Sura, it's better if you are here in Medellin, for example. But if you are in another city, maybe another EPS would work better because they have longer time there or more sites for you to go, so it's different.
Okay, so price, it makes no difference.
No difference.
Okay.
And attention is not different.
And now my next question is, okay, we have seen you don't need anything special. There is no limitation for age, nothing for the EPS. And now for private additional health insurance. There is an age limitation. Are there other limitations like when you already have a disease, or do they have restriction when you want to enroll you into this other private insurance?
So if you want to enroll a private insurance, you will need to fill a long form where they ask you about your health condition. So according to your answers in these questions, you are eligible for this type of insurance. Or in some cases, if you have answers that give them like, oh, this person has some health issues or pre-existences, they would send you for a medical exam, or they would ask you for your health history, and then they are going to make a full study of your health condition and decide whether if you can get in the health insurance, in the private health insurance or not, or if they accept you with some limitations. For
Okay.
example, if I have a heart condition, they will give you, okay, we will give you the private insurance, but we're not going to cover any that is related with your heart. That
Okay.
you have to do it through the EPS.
So that means no heartache. Andrea, and when you have just the EPS, how does this work? Can I go to whatever doctor I want? Can I go to every hospital, or do I have restriction with this EPS?
So EPS is limited because everything you're going to do through your EPS, you have to go through your family doctor. So first you have to ask an appointment with your family doctor. That since everybody is in the EPS, it could take months for you to get this first appointment. And then this family doctor would let you go to the specialist if he thinks that you need the specialist. So you cannot go to the family doctor, oh, I want to go to a heart doctor. No, you can't. It just the family doctor tells you where to go. Also, with the EPS, you have specific hospitals, only the ones who are working with the government, which are limited, and they will give you attention in case of an accident or a big emergency. Yeah, they're going to help you through the emergency. But you cannot go to any hospital that you want, just the one that covers in your EPS. When you have private insurance, you have the option with the director, you have to ask an appointment direct with your specialist. So if you need a specific attention, you call, you ask for an appointment, and the appointment would be in the proximate, in the next few weeks, not months.
Okay.
As well, you would have coverage in all the hospitals of the city. So you don't have only the EPS ones or the government ones, you have the private hospital that would be more, and some of them has better equipment.
Okay. And when you are in the hospital, let's say you have just EPS, do I have a single bedroom, or do I have to share my my room with others?
You would have many companies here because if you only have the EPS, you go through the public rooms. These rooms would be 5 people, 4 people, 3 people. You only have one people room if you have private system. So if you have the EPS, you don't have the choose. Like, I want this room for me. No, you have to share with everybody.
Yes, here I can tell you a funny story. I had the appendicitis in the hospital and just EPS. Since then, I have also private insurance. But I had to share the room with about 4 other people. And someone was, a little bit elderly and close to die. And we had the whole family reading the Bible 24 hours. So I guess when you are sick, or you need a little bit your privacy. It's very annoying when you have a whole family around the other bed, and they tell you they are reading 24 hours the Bible. So this is just a part of this serious part. Yeah, and Andrea, we have heard about Sura. Are there other providers around? It's not called Sura. Are there better, or is Sura the best? And there are others. As I know, Maluva, your company, you represent not only one company, not only Sura. You have all the providers in your in your portfolio. So that means, can you shortly explain what are the main insurance companies here in Colombia? Private insurance.
Here in Colombia, you have different options according of what you need. So it's very important to know the case, to know the person, how old are you, what are the things that you normally do, where do you live, for us to give you like the best advice. So because we have many companies, Sura is one of the best here, but we also have Allianz, which is good, Bolivar, which is very good, and there are others in the market that we can give you like a specific plan that suits you. So
Okay.
I think it's more important to know the people,
Yeah.
and to see what they are looking for, and in order to give you like the specific advice that they need. Here we work, as I said, with these other companies that are very good as well, and depending on the city where you are, depending on your age, on how much do you travel around, would be better one or the other one.
And I think this is something very important. Maluva, your company, you can go here and you make a personal consulting. You advise them, you show them different plans, because it's something very important. Have the right health insurance. If you just have no idea, you just make a contract probably, then you get surprised, disappointed. I think, for example, our company, we are working already since more than 5 years together, and I can tell this to the audience. We never have had one person who was disappointed about Maluva. Everyone tells me this was a perfect consulting. I have the right product and they are fast. I think this is something what is very important. I always can reach out Andrea, I always can reach out Federico, and this is something very important. I think to make an appointment first, check out what you really need, that you're not over-insured, that you pay too much.
Yeah.
Because this is also what I can tell the audience. Maluva is consulting, not that you pay the best if you don't need it. So they look really personalized the insurance that you need. I think this is one important point. Now, I would like to tell the audience, when you are planning to come to Colombia, to live in Colombia, and you want to apply a visa. First time when you arrive, you don't have a visa. So that means, but to get a visa, you need a health insurance. For most Europeans, this is not a big issue, because most of the Europeans, they have already a health insurance, because the state obliges you to have a health insurance. But the United States, there, most of the people, they don't have a health insurance, or not a health insurance that covers Colombia. So for example, as a Swiss, I usually, when I go first time to Colombia, I still have my Swiss health insurance, that is a worldwide health insurance that costs me a lot of money. But okay, with this I can apply a visa. But for all people that don't have a health insurance, what would be a solution to apply for a visa? What could Maluva offer here?
So here we can give you travel health insurance that it's like very good coverage while you do all your paperwork here in Colombia. So for your visa, they would ask you something that we can get you through the travel insurance. This would cover all the medical emergencies or accidents that you suffer while you are here. And that would give you access to hospitals and medical attention in case of emergency. With this type of insurance, you would have all you need for your visa in terms of medical attention, and also you would have like a backup when you are here if you have any medical issue.
Okay, so this is what we do usually as autarky. We apply visas for our clients. Then usually they send me the passport. I send it then to Andrea or Federico, and then they give me a proposal. And this is a normal travel insurance. And when it's okay, and most of my clients they take this health insurance, this travel insurance. It's more or less a normal price for a travel insurance, and then we already have these documents for applying the visa. So you just also can call me, and I send then your information to Maluva, and they will send me then the proposal. I send it to you, and so that you the first time get you visa. This is always for the first time. And then remember, when you just apply for a V visa, you always need such a health insurance like a travel insurance, because with a V visa, a visitor visa, like digital nomad, student, you cannot get an EPS. But for all others, they have a migrant visa. They first need to have a travel insurance, or your insurance from your home country that works also in Colombia, and then you can the second time then you can switch it to the EPS, which is fine for the visa application. This is right.
Yeah, that's right. And once you have like the EPS, you are eligible for all the private insurance that you can get to improve your health coverage.
Yeah, I would say the most important, I think, the learning of today is when you come here first time, health insurance, you need it to apply the visa, travel insurance or your home insurance. And then EPS, which is a public system. And then additionally to this, for this, you have to make an appointment with Andrea or with Maluva. We highly recommend this company. Of course, you can also choose another company, but sometimes they sell you the most expensive products.
Yeah.
And with Maluva, I can really guarantee that they make you a professional consulting. And then you can additionally look what is best for you, depending on your personal situation. And then you are, I think, fine for the health. But I would say stay healthy and don't need the health insurance.
Yeah, that would be the best.
Okay, then Andrea, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Roger,
for this interview, and we will see us next time for another insurance time.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I hope you got many new information for you, important information. I hope this video helped you. You always can contact me, so you have the phone number, everything you see here, and you can contact me even to make an appointment with Maluva. Just give me a call and I organize you everything. And autarky, we are a company. We provide also visa service, accounting service, tax services. If you want to constitute a company, we are lawyers, we are CPAs, and we are supporting expats already since 2017. And it would be a pleasure if we can support you. We also don't have gringo prizes. And so therefore, I hope to see you soon. And don't forget to follow the channel to not miss anything. And then I wish you a very nice day. Bye-bye.
Today, heading far away, find a brand new place in Colombia's place.